Hey everybody, Flutterchicks Pixel here. Hold up. You're gonna be hearing some noise for a few seconds. Sorry, I had to unplug something. Flutterchicks Pixel here, and I am signing back on with The Dragon Within is Born, Chapter 3, Part 2, I think? Or Part 3? I don't know. Hold on. Oh, it logged me out. Hold up. Sorry, my computer's being retarded. I went and got up and grabbed myself some coffee. I got thirsty. But once I'm actually not hungry. Okay, this is part 2. Part 3, this is part 3. Okay. I'm not a fan of puppeteers, but I've been acting fierce, so my nose is pulling at the strings. Something terrible is going down the entire. Okay, back to the story. Alright. Hey Mom, say hi to the video.
What?
Say hi to the video.
Hi to the video.
Love you. Okay. Last time. Door. Oh. Thank you. Come on, give me some love. Come on. Let's get some likes from Mom walking in on me again. Let's get a lot of likes for that one. Ow! Stupid tank top. Yeah. Okay. Last time. Fluttershy? She faces Pegasus. Why can't you see that bird with the naked eye, yet I have to use the telescope? Fluttershy stopped looking at the bird and noticed that Twilight had been using the telescope to follow the bird, and her smile faded. She knew that saying Pegasus just had better eyesight was wrong, since all 3 subspecies of pony have its 4 subspecies, including alcorns, have the same when it comes to eyesight. I think I have to move closer to the mic. I don't know. That was all Fluttershy could say. Hey, it's okay, Fluttershy. Sorry if I seemed a bit forceful. She apologized. Fluttershy nodded, accepting her apology. A silence filled the air for a little bit. What's happening to me? She asked the unicorn. Sorry, I am drinking coffee. Give some likes if you like coffee. And tell me how much sugar y'all put in y'all's, because I put in like half a bowl. I have a really big sweet tooth. I don't know, but do you want to write that letter to Princess Celestia now? Twilight asked, breaking the silence. Yes. If any pony knows what's happening to me, it would be her. Them! There's 2 of them if you haven't noticed. One of them that controls nights, dreams, and nightmares if you haven't known. I'm gonna attack you. Fluttershy agreed, so Twilight took the plates. Bowls! I don't think... Give me some likes if you've ever eaten soup on a plate. Just give me some likes and spam the comments if you have eaten soup out of a plate. Because I know I've done that, and it was really funny. Next thing I knew, it was everywhere. On me, on the couch, everywhere. Okay, back to the story. Fluttershy agreed. So Twilight took the plates and the book she was reading, and they headed downstairs. Right, Twilight said as they reached the main floor. Spike was busy arranging some books on some shelves. Spike, take a letter, please, Twilight ordered. The baby dragon saluted, jumped off the ladder, and took out a scroll and quill. Wait, what? It took out a scroll and quill that appeared from his back. That's really weird. Twilight coughed and began to word out the letter. Dear Princess Celestia, I write this letter today to ask you of your assistance and wisdom in this matter that troubles my friend Fluttershy and me greatly. As you know, a dragon attacked Ponyville around a month ago. It was gotten rid of by Fluttershy. That part is true, but I left some out. I'm sorry for not telling you the full truth, but I wanted to ask her for permission to write this. You see, Fluttershy was technically killed by the dragon's fiery breath on that day, but she got back up again, regenerated, and frightened the dragon away. Since then, she's been in a coma-like state until yesterday when she woke up. We were all thrilled to see her awake and alive again, but the things Fluttershy started showing that amazes me and disturbs me at the same time. She can walk on fire without getting burned. She walked into a fireplace, and not a single scourge was placed on her body. Her hearing is greatly superior than any other pony I know. She managed to hear my friend Babodash crashing into the library before we all could. Her eyesight has improved, able to pick up small creatures in trees a few hundred feet away. And she can where was I? And she can speak a whole new language. You taught me some languages of the world, and I have studied many more since then, but never have I heard these words before. Here in some from Fluttershy. Herr Deros Majestat. It means, hello, your majesty. And one last thing. Last night, she said she had a terrible nightmare. That one that came to her every time she closed her eyes. She states that she saw Ponyville burning, me and every pony else dead, and a giant monster coming to attack her. I don't know what that means, but I'm running out of ideas to help her, and we both seriously need you to help us, guide us about what we're supposed to do. I greatly appreciate your response, your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle, and your faithful subject, Fluttershy. Wow. I hardly messed up once. Maybe once, but yeah. Twilight worded that without stopping. Did you get all that, Spike? She asked once she regained breath. Spike nodded and wrapped it up, took it to the window and blew on it. It burned up and disappeared on its way to the receiver. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? Fluttershy asked. Twilight smiled and sat down on a pillow. We wait. Wait? Yep, wait. Should be any minute now, Twilight responded. 2 hours later. Should be any minute now, Twilight responded. 2 hours later, Twilight was still sitting there, tapping her hoof in impatience, while Fluttershy read a book on Pegasi history. Suddenly, sorry, I was thinking about every time when Spike coughs up a letter, his face goes into a complete derp in the back. It was so funny. I might actually put that in the video if I find out how. Suddenly Spike's cheeks puffed out. He looked like he was about to be sick. Then he belched out a green flame that warped and became a letter, along with a small note that landed by Fluttershy. Finally! Twilight exclaimed. I've never seen her reply so slow. Maybe he was too busy to reply at first. Fluttershy suggested, picking up the note that came with it. She read it. Twilight! Don't read it! She cried out. Twilight immediately stopped unwrapping the seal and looked at Fluttershy with a blank expression. Why? She asked. Fluttershy pointed at the note. The note says that we need all the girls here first, before we can open it. Whatever it must be about, it must be important if we are all wanted. Sorry. Thirsty. Coffee. Yummy. Twilight's a little confused, but nodded. Very well. I'll get Applejack and Pinky. I'll get Rainbow and Rarity, Fluttershy offered. And with that, the two mares dashed out the door and went in different directions to find their friends. On my nose. A few minutes later, The main library had 5 ponies talking excitedly about what the princess wanted. Okay, sorry, yeah. Excuse me. A few minutes later, the main library had 5 ponies talking excitedly about what the princess wanted with the 6 of them, while 1 pony was standing in front of them, all waiting impatiently for them to be quiet so she could read the letter. Twilight coughed, trying to get their attention. It didn't work. Pinkie was making out suggestions about what the princess wanted. Or maybe she needs to plan a party for her. Or maybe we're at war with the Griffins. Or maybe... Her suggestions were cut short by Twilight asking them all to be quiet. And once the room was quiet, and Twilight opened up the letter, her eyes widened as she read through it first, then read aloud a second time. Dear Twilight Sparkle and friends, I would like to extend to you an invitation to a get-together of some associates of the country and some abroad. I would hope you could all attend. A private train will be waiting for you at the station, and it will take you to Canterlot tonight. Please pack your holiday provisions, as I might ask you to stay a bit longer. I hope to see you soon. Yes, it's something Princess Celestia. I'm too tired to actually read the words. Twilight finished the letter and looked around the room. She could see Rarity had a face of absolute glee at this. Pinkie had a sort of disappointed face. Probably she reckoned that she didn't organize this gathering. Rainbow and Applejack had looks of annoyance on them. They're just... Okay, for a second I thought I dumped coffee on my shirt. I'm like, what? But it's just the heat. Sorry. She knew those two wouldn't like social gatherings of this type like Rarity would, so she understood. And Fluttershy's face was one with extreme disappointment. Twilight gave her a sympathetic smile, which the Pegasus returned slightly. Oh, this is brilliant! Rarity squealed. A gathering of some of the finest ponies in Equestria! Oh, I've got to go! I've got a lot of outfits to show off. She jumped up and ran out the door, calling, I'll meet you all at the train station. Bye! And with that, she was gone. Applejack sighed. Well, it ain't what I'm used to, one of those fancy ponies and frou-frou outfits. But the princess wants us all to be there, and I won't leave her waiting. I'll meet y'all at the train station in half an hour. She got up and walked out. Well, might as well be fun, you know. Wait, might as well. It might be fun knowing that all you'll be there will make it better. Crap. Messed up. Well, might as well. It might be fun knowing you all will be there to make it better, Rainbow said, and walked out the door. I'm surprised she didn't fly through the roof again, flying into the air. Pinkie followed Sweet a bit later. Whatever. Pinkie followed directly after a bit later. There. Party's a party, I suppose. Let's take some balloons for it, though. See you girls at the station, she said and hopped out. With Pinkie gone, Twilight was left with a rather saddened Fluttershy. Twilight walked up to her and nuzzled her gently. Okay. I'm sure the princess will say something when I get there, she reasoned to Fluttershy, who seemed to perk up a bit. Maybe you're right, Twilight, she said quietly. I'll meet you at the train station in half an hour, like Applejack said. Twilight nodded and Fluttershy walked out the door. Excuse me. She broke into a gallop so she could get home quicker. Excuse me. That entire time running, she was thinking about what she and her friends were going to do. And the more she thought about it, the less it made perfect sense. The first thing that bugged her was the timing of the invitation. Surely it should have been a few weeks before the invitation should have come, not a night away. Secondly, a train was coming for them tonight. So why does she want them candlelight so soon? She wondered why it could have waited until morning, until the morning as the sun was setting. At this point, and by the time she and her friends had made it in candlelight, it'll be late. And finally, holiday provisions? It sounded like she and her friends would be staying a very long time, far longer than an overnight trip, as suggested they'd be doing. It was another thing that Twilight or any of their friends hadn't picked up on it. She lost all thought when she found her nose meeting the door of her house. She stepped backwards, and her eyes wandered about for a moment. She shook her head and straightened out her nose before proceeding inside. She opened the door noisily, startling Angel, who was calmly eating one of his carrots. "Sorry, Angel, can't stop. Gotta see the princess is about a party," she whispered and rushed upstairs. She went under her bed and found her saddlebag. She got out some outfits, and she wanted to decide on if Rarity had an opinion what might be better for her to look. She got out some medicine and a book she was fond of, a blanket that had her cutie mark of 3 butterflies on it, knitted out for her by one of the orphanage carers the day she got her cutie mark. And finally she rummaged through her bed table and found a golden medallion, one with her name on it, one with the carers she said was fond of it, when she thought it was a good luck charm, and something to make her think of what her parents were like. This is my ending mark right here. As you can now hear from the story, Fluttershy was an orphan. And she has a medallion that'll tell her, that makes her think of what her parents were like. And I find it really sad. But now they're all going to Canterlot for a party. I would tell you what's really going on, but spoiler alert, I can't do that. Well, this is Flutterchicks Pixel signing off. Adios, mi amigos.